Thank you.
So good evening and thank you so much for joining us. Today we're going to be discussing GSU's Bachelor of Health Administration program, available starting fall 2021 at Kankakee Community College's North Extension Center in Bradley, right on Route 50. Tonight we're going to meet with Professor Rector and academic advisor Pam Penn from the program. And you can prepare to be on the front lines of a dynamic healthcare field with a bachelor's of health administration. And we're going to talk about all the different possibilities throughout this conversation this evening. But the healthcare administration program, health administration field is growing at a rate 20% faster than average. And values-based leaders are needed now. So we want to meet some of the key people at GSU that manage this program. So we're going to start out with Professor Rector and of course, Ms. Penn from our program. So if you guys would tell us just a little bit about yourselves, who you are, what you do for the program, and I'll let you go ahead and lead, Professor.
Thank you. I'm Natalia Rector. I'm a director of Bachelor of Health Administration program at Governor State University. And I've been doing it for the last 3.5 years. Very excited about this new initiative. I think it's fantastic because it's seamless. People can join without all those hoops and jumps and be in their environment. And we come to you instead of you, a student joining GSU group. So,
That's so true.
And Pam,
we're right there.
Mm-hmm.
And Pam, do you want to tell us a little bit about what you're doing for the program and how you're going to help our students?
Hi, I'm Pam Penn. I've been with GSU for 20 years. I'm the assistant director of the Undergraduate Academic Advising Center, and I'm the academic advisor for the BHA, the Bachelor in Health Administration program.
Thank you so much.
We have actually already mapped out the courses for the students. So we know when students come in what health administration courses they're going to take in what semester. And the program is just the health administration courses are 54 hours, which is 18 classes. But if anyone comes into the program and doesn't have all their gen eds done, sometimes a student with an AAS degree doesn't have all of their gen eds done. I can advise them when to fill in those courses.
Mm-hmm. And they can do it. Yeah, I was about to say they can do it in 2 years. Majority of students do it in 2 years. We create a sequence for the students and they take classes spring, summer, and fall. Majority of classes are taken spring and fall semester. Some of the classes face-to-face. Some of the classes are online. We have 5 classes right now that are taking strictly online. And some are hybrid. Hybrid is like, it depends on the faculty, but it's maybe one class face-to-face, another one is online. So they can have some breathing time, so to speak. Yeah, and the culmination of the curriculum is in the last semester, students do the practicum and a capstone. And the practicum is the practical experience in the healthcare facilities. We place them. Students don't have to do anything. We find them a facility. We usually have affiliation agreement with these facilities. So we know they're the quality facilities and they are experienced in hosting students. And students have to do 150 hours of field work there. And usually it's great because they put it on their resume. It's usually 4 months. It's 3.5 months, but technically in a resume, it looks like 4. So 4 months of professional experience and recommendations, networking. So that's a great jumpstart for their career.
That's fantastic that you guys, or that the program actually places them for the practicum. That is a really awesome service. Can you talk to us about what kind of classes will they be taking if they do join the program?
Absolutely. Yeah, they take classes on healthcare systems and they learn about different forms of healthcare and different types of healthcare delivery, like the hospitals, outpatient facilities, long-term care facilities, insurance companies, consulting, how healthcare is being delivered in the United States. Then we have classes on, like I mentioned, insurance reimbursement, different types of insurance, how it works, public, private, the differences. And that's a great skill to have because it gives them a lot of flexibility in terms of job market right away. Because lots of organizations have a benefit department within the HR divisions. And usually our graduates are very well received there because they already know how to evaluate those benefits, how to negotiate contracts. So it's a pretty good skill to have. They're taking classes on accounting, epidemiology, marketing, healthcare IT, which is very popular class right now because there are jobs there, human resource management, healthcare policy and politics. Great class. Lots of students go for their practicum in city, state, or usually city or state departments of health and human services. So the knowledge of healthcare policies and how they're being evaluated or formulated are very, very needed there, and it's helpful. And then they do the planning. They take a class on planning and practicum and a capstone.
So it sounds like this program could, if you're interested in healthcare in any way, shape, or form, this could be a program for you. If you want healthcare human resources, this could be a program for you. If you want healthcare information technology, you could dip your toes here. Is that what I'm hearing?
Absolutely. Diane also typed a question in the chat about part-time. Absolutely. Because a lot of our students have full-time jobs. The good thing is majority of our classes are, all of our classes are at night. The earliest they start at 4:30 p.m., but usually they start at 7:30 p.m. so students can join after work. And we pushing for more classes being offered online because it's also a matter of convenience. Because give them more flexibility and ability to combine their professional duties with their family responsibilities and academic responsibilities.
Absolutely, because I know a lot of our students are
Welcome.
working, they're working. And so it's important that there's a balance there. So another question we have this evening is, how about trends? I know we talked a lot about all the different areas that an individual could find employment in with health administration, but what kind of trends are you seeing in terms of employment, in terms of, you know, upticks, and who's hiring, where are they hiring within health administration, and so on?
Thank you for asking it, because the trends are great. That's one of the selling points, because you know, students who join health administration program, they hear it from the day one. They hear the phrase population is aging, and because population is aging, more healthcare services are needed. Acute care, preventive services, long-term care, it's all growing fields. All of those are growing fields. So job security is pretty good. In terms of the specific trends, the largest employer right now is long-term care. The need for long-term care administrators right now across the country is met at about 38%. And so if someone wants to go into this field, that's a pretty stable and good field to be in. Another pretty popular area is practice management. And in fact, I restructured the practicum to give students more opportunities in to work in outpatient facilities, because we're focusing on preventive services, on outpatient care, outpatient surgeries, everything outpatiently. So that's where also majority of jobs are right now, starting as maybe assistant managers or associate managers and moving into managers of outpatient care facilities. And overall, there are more jobs than in any other field, like Michelle said earlier, 20% more than in any other field. And but the biggest and fastest growing areas of employment are long-term care and outpatient care.
That's good to know. Thank you. And how about GSU students? Is that where they're going to work? Is that what they're doing after they graduate, long-term care facilities, or what are they doing?
Actually, they're doing lots of things. Like I even last year was very unusual because of COVID. Usually I have about 35% of students finding jobs even before they're graduating within the first month. Last year was unusual, but still I have students who work in Blue Cross Blue Shield right now, Cigna right now. Several of them went into the practice management. Many students work actually for large hospitals, Northwestern, University of Illinois Chicago Hospital, the procurement department. I have a couple of students. I have one student who was offered a job in her practicum place, working for outpatient care healing center. So they are everywhere, literally everywhere. Oh, Cranbrook, which is outpatient, large, huge outpatient facility for that cater for people with all sorts of disabilities. They love our students. Our students.
If students are expressing an interest to work in a particular facility, are we able to connect them?
Sometimes
like to
we
a Cigna or something like that? Okay.
Sometimes we can. It depends on. Sometimes it's done through the practicum. I try to match their interest with their opportunities in the community, and usually it works. Sometimes it's hard because there are also the car involved in getting there, and not everybody has the car option, so they want to work closer to home. But if they're flexible, it works.
There's so many positive things that we can say about the program, and I've learned so much this evening, and I really appreciate your time. If you both could sum up a reason or a couple of reasons why you think students should choose GSU's health administration program, and then we'll kind of close it up. So Natalia and then Pam, if you want to just kind of chime in, why should students choose GSU?
I want to give Pam an opportunity to talk because she helps them to structure their kind of learning. And it goes back to Dana's question about full-time, part-time. She really helps them to stay focused. And I'll be quiet here and have Pam talk about it.
And that's what I like about I work individually with students, so you're not just a number following a certain path that's pre-prescribed for the program. So work with students. I'm always available. And another thing that I think students should choose this program is because we're accredited, and not every health administration program in Illinois is accredited.
Mm-hmm. There are 4 fully accredited health administration program in the state of Illinois. We have the highest accreditation. We just got accredited for 6 years. Woo-hoo. So
that's a plus.
Yeah.
We had another question. Oh, excuse me. We just had another question from Dana about what are some of the jobs that students are finding, after they've done their practicum and they've completed their degree. What are the jobs they're finding locally?
I'll talk about something that just come to mind right now. I had one student, Monica Flores. She did her practicum at Advocate Health. And at the end, she was offered a job as an assistant credentialing coordinator. It was 2 years ago. 6 months after graduation, she became credentialing coordinator. Now she's the lead credentialer for Advocate. She works with credentialing physicians to practice in Advocate Health. So that's one type of job. Have another student who works as a patient advocate in Blue Cross Blue Shield. I have 2 students got jobs as case managers at Cranbrook. What full name? It's those facilities for patients with disabilities. They both are case managers. I have a student who got a job in, it's an interesting story. She did her practicum in Northwestern. She was the first one. And then she got offered a position also as in the junior associate manager in the imaging department.
Wow.
Fast forward year and a half, she's the manager of this department. She was one of my presenters at in class talking about her career path, and she kind of gave them a wonderful message. She said, "Put yourself out there, and people will notice you." So that was pretty fantastic. I have another student who got recruited through LinkedIn, and we actually encourage students to set up LinkedIn account and be active on their LinkedIn account. And she works for the medical transportation company. She works from home, and also they actually paid her to get her master's in HR because they're grooming her for the leadership position in HR. She also was one of my presenters for the students. I have a student who works in, it's called, the name is escaped me. It's like Envision Health. Two students who found jobs in Envision Health. One is coordinating their transportation services, and another one is she's an associate director for outreach program. So that's what comes to mind.
It's so important, especially today, that, you know, our students are getting out there and getting jobs and putting these degrees to work. And it sounds like there's just, I mean, none of those sounded the same to me. They all sounded just a little bit different. And I think when there's so much opportunity, there's just so many reasons to move forward. If you're thinking about this just a little bit, you know, I would tell you to reach out to one of us, to me, just to find out more information. It's in your best interest. I'm going to move forward. I just want to give you guys some high level about the program. I know we talked a little bit about it. Pam, you touched on this, but the program is 54 upper division hours, and you can transfer into GSU from KCC's Associate in Science or KCC's health-related Associate in Applied Science programs like the nursing program or like the radiology program. Pam did mention earlier, we've had students that have started this program from phlebotomy programs or from pharmacy programs. So if you've taken any of those kind of trainings and you're interested in, you know, pursuing your education a little further, talk to us, because, you know, a bachelor's of health administration is going to open up the doors to the jobs. To be considered for fall, you would need to complete an application no later than June 15th. And you do have to have a 2.5 GPA on a 4.0 scale. And I think that's pretty generous. The skills that are going to be covered in this degree, and we talked a lot about that this evening, include informatics, epidemiology, ethics, healthcare management strategies, policies, healthcare politics, and so much more. You really do have an opportunity for hands-on learning. And that's important when you're trying to apply a skill to a new job, right? Let me see. There's opportunity for community service projects, and you can really immerse your future into, you know, what's happening within healthcare leadership today. So I think that's important. The next slide I want to show you just real quick is that you get a lot of value in this program. We offer an incredible tuition rate at Governor State University, and at the moment for the 2020-2021 academic year, it's $313 per credit, extremely affordable. And again, through the convenient transfer partnership that we have set up between GSU and Kankakee Community College, you can take some of the classes from this program at KCC's North Extension Center, which is so important. I want to reinforce too that this program is accredited. It's fully accredited. And the Association of University Programs in Health Administration is our additional accreditation. A lot of scholarship opportunities available as well, and we can talk more about that too. And lastly, if you guys have any questions or you're ready to apply, you can feel free to reach out to me. My name is Michelle. My email address is msabasco@govst.edu, or you can give me a ring. It's 708-235-3983. And that's about all I have this evening. Do you ladies have anything else you want to say?
Hope you're interested in our program.
Yes, I second that.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you so much. And again, please feel free to reach out, and I'm going to stop the recording.
Thank you.